I was living in Savannah, Georgia. I started getting interested in stand-up comedy and was super shy, but I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna try this. And I met this guy that I like really, really liked. He was a great comedian, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know that feeling when you meet somebody and you think they're really awesome, but then you're not sure if they like you. And then there's just like this back and forth where you're like, does he not? I don't know. That is what gets you interested, keeps you interested. So that's what happened between me and this guy. And people would call me so and so's girlfriend, who also does comedy, but didn't actually call me a comedian. And I was just like, whatever. I'm just trying to get over the fear of going on stage. So I basically fell in like with him at like who he was as a performer, and then as I got to know him more, I realized he was actually completely different. He was bipolar, but he didn't take his medicine, so he always thought the cops were after him. I don't think they know who you are. It wasn't like he was doing anything that was illegal or something. He also had this neighbor who had chickens, and he would keep them on leashes. He's like, don't tell anyone, don't tell the landlord to me. I want that guy to be able to feed his family. And I was like, are they pets or is this guy eating them? So one thing that he would do all the time, actually two things he would do. One is drive around a lot. He just loved driving. And the other thing he really loved to do was talk on the phone endlessly for hours and hours. I had no idea who he was talking to, and I was just like, whatever, I don't know. So one day he's talking to somebody. He's like pacing outside of his bedroom window. I was just like sitting there kind of listening because I was really bored. I was like, he brought me over to his place, and I'm just sitting there and he's like on the phone, and I don't know. The conversation lasted so long. I just eventually was like, "Hey, are you going to get off the phone soon?" Finally, he gets off the phone and he's like, "I have something serious to ask you." And I was like, "Oh, what is it?" And he's like, "Would you be okay if I went to Atlanta to console my friend?" And I was like, more details, please. And he's like, "Well, she has her son who is going to prison. She's really upset over it. He's going to prison because he assaulted her." I'm like, what are you talking? I was like, oh my God. So I was like, who are you? And I was like, how do you know this person? He's like, oh, we used to date. And then he's like, but don't worry, I'll be sleeping in the guest room and she has a boyfriend. Uh, what? So I was like, yeah, you're free to go, but just know that you shouldn't ever call me again or talk to me.